Hi everybody, it's Claire Marie, and I'm here to talk to you today about Mars in retrograde. And this is something that is going to last from September 9th to around November 15th. And I think it's going to last a little longer than November 15th. I think it's probably going to push into the rest of the year, but technically, Mars will then go direct around November 15th. So I just wanted to reach out to people and let them know, what does this mean? First of all, Mars energy is about ambition and desire. It can be aggression and can have strength. These are the attributes that Mars brings to us energetically here on Earth. And what does it mean to be retrograde? What it means to be retrograde is that in our orbit, in respect from where we are on Earth, Mars will look like it's traveling backwards if you were to map it out from where we are in our position around the sun. It isn't. It's going in an exact direct line. Is going in its orbit the way it's supposed to. This happens, Mars goes retrograde about every 2 years or so. But what does that mean for the energetics here on Earth? The meaning for us in totality is that we might have a lack of ambition. We might be a little bit more relaxed, chill, not able to do stuff, need to procrastinate a little bit longer than normal. And individually, especially people who have a lot of Mars in their sign for astrology, this might be a little bit more intense than for some who don't. It's using this time as a time for introspection is going to be very helpful. And you might be thinking to yourself, but we have just done this. I still feel like I'm in slow motion and moving from molasses since frickin' March this year. And that's great. It's going to continue. But the introspection and the time right now for us to be gifted with being able to truly see what is underneath all of our stuff is going to be necessary. For the collective, a lot of people may not look for that introspective time, and they might try to push in this time of Mars retrograde. And with this lack of ambition and the weakening of the strength of Mars, pushing will only cause greater irritation. So allow yourselves to not be caught up in needing to take imminent action. However, with the elections coming up and everything that's going on in our world, especially in the US, taking action might be necessary. But please know that if you end up getting frustrated, back off. Because if you push through, it can create a larger aspect. I'm feeling this so intensely that if you push too hard, the agitation can be explosive. And that for us as a collective, especially coming up around the elections, can be quite devastating. So we want to make sure that we are doing what we need to do. We are doing our work, we are getting things accomplished, but that we are not pushing. And COVID and quarantine has given us a lot of time to acclimate to some of this. So hopefully it will be to our best interest to be in the flow around this time. Individually, even though we don't necessarily want to take action or feel like I shouldn't take action, but I have to take action, take a deep breath and make some plans. Plan out what it is that you desire for your future. What is it that you want to see in your future when the election passes, when COVID opens up, when things start to feel more accessible? What do you wish and what do you desire to have happen? And plan. Your action should be planning how this is going to happen and what you're going to do. So introspection, what is success for you now? That may be different than before. And then plan to bring that into action in the next year. What can you do to just take small, simple steps to get you to some of those phases? And next year, which is not too far away, next year, put those plans into full action. But put your time and attention into being in the flow of creating space and creating a plan. And the action that you take is just to do your day-to-day stuff. Do what's important. Make sure that you're taking small, sacred, soft steps forward without pushing. Have patience with yourself. This is going to be and your partners, this is going to be incredibly useful if you know what you're coming up against and you're trying to push, and don't make any big decisions right now. Allow yourself to put those off as long as you can. Try not to buy a house. Try not to change jobs right now. If you absolutely have to, obviously, that's something that should be said for that, but do it in a way where you're not pushing. Having patience with your partners, also in the fact that Mars rules desire, might be that in all of us, we carry Mars and Venus energy. We want to have it in balance. But what that might look like is a low libido. So when you're having patience with your partner, know that your partner's libido might be waning. And don't see that as a personal affront. Don't see it as being lazy. Accept it. Understand it. Know that it's temporary. And be able to then move forward and just cuddle. So in the future, next year, you'll have all kinds of sex, all kinds of future plans that you can take action on, that you can fully activate coming up in the beginning of 2021. But for right now, have patience, relax, cuddle a lot with your partners and your families. Have a big project, set it aside. Or know that it will get finished, and don't push yourself to finish it right now, because you might find that you have a complete lack of ambition. In the world, when people do push, we might be seeing some devastating effects on this. And I feel it brewing. They will be smaller, I feel, because a lot of people are going to have a lot of that relaxed, that ambition to not, or that place of not taking action. But those that do, it can get quite ugly. So we need to be able to hold the space of peace and quiet and prosperity and healing for those that tend to push through this time. And please make sure to get out and vote in whatever capacity that means for you, because even though we're taking small actions, those small actions can make big effects for next year. So plan it out. All right? I love all of you. and I will see you later. Please subscribe to my channel, and we will talk about some more of the energetic effects of our cosmos on our world. And I love you all very much and wish you patience and peace and deep, deep love. Have a good day. Bye-bye.